let me just get my autofocus turned off. There we go. Otherwise it'll start going zip, zip, zip in and out and it'll drive us all crazy. Don't know what's going on here. Yeah, still got a wobbly table. Sorry about that. Hi, Ina. Right, so I'm going to continue working on these cat TNs today. I've got them all organised. You're impressed? I know, right? And I've also gone through and I've pulled out to go with the cat fabrics. Oh, that one's upside down. To fix that. To go with the cat fabric that I already had, I pulled out the main fabric to go with it. So I've got 2 coordinating fabrics. I'm not sure that I'm going to need this much fabric or anything, but I'd rather have too much than not enough and have to go rummaging for some more. Hey guys. I've pulled out this, which is black with like green and orange and yellow spots on it. So it's kind of Halloween-y. I've got some purple stripe, some orange dots, and some green patterns. It kind of looks like hugs and kisses, but not quite. And I've pulled out some trims and bits that go with it. And I've literally just done this for efficiency. If I was doing this for myself, I would happily sit there and pull out things and try them on for size and this and that. But I wanted to speed up that bit of the process because this wasn't difficult to do. In the first video, I talked you through the process of selecting the papers and the colour scheme and putting things together and the themes and all that. But these fabrics were literally just, oh, that matches the colour scheme, that'll do. There was no thought process in it. It was just going with the colour scheme, picking out a few things and making sure that I had a decent sample of bits and pieces that I can use. So that's my Halloween one. I've also got some black and white fabric, which I may or may not use because I kind of like that for myself, but I also may just get some more. And I found some more Halloween-y bits, because of course I did. I also decided, like 5 minutes ago, that what I'm going to do with this shiny paper that I can't use as pages because you can't write on it, I thought I'd make a tuck-in or an envelope. This is big enough to make one of those 3-way fold-ins that I did the other day, and because it's really thin paper it won't be too bulky, so that would be quite cool. And then we have this one. This is the Calico Cat. So again, I've just, oh, that should be in my, or did I put this one in here? Oh, I put this one in here for a reason. I've got some bits and pieces again matching the colour scheme. I pulled out all the florally, creamy, beigey, flowery bits. I've got this pattern, not that pattern, this pattern in a couple of different colourways. So I pulled all the colourways. I've got the purple, I've got a pink and gold, and I've got an orange and gold, and I've got another one somewhere that I think is blue. But that's all the colours that go with this. And I've got this trim, which I knew I'd use this muted pink eventually. It matches perfectly. You won't be able to see it on camera because the pink and purple don't pick up on camera very well, but it matches perfectly with this card that I chose. So that's the Calico Cat. The Calico Country Cat. The Country Calico. I don't know, I haven't figured out names for them yet. I'm just giving them names so that it's easy to distinguish which one I'm talking about. And then I had the Mad Hatter one. I've made a couple of changes to these as well, but the Mad Hatter one was the one that I hadn't actually assembled. I didn't get time to assemble it. So I'm going to show you a quick flip of that now. I used the Trisha Guild paper for the front. Is this upside down as well? I've put that upside down as well. Oh, because I couldn't decide whether to have the front, which one to have on the front or the back. Because it's really beautiful paper both ways. So we've got that one. And we've got that one. I think this kind of looks better as a back piece. This would look better as a front. And then we've got that on the back. Because this won't have anything else on it, but this will. And then, because I was having a moment, I forgot that this one was moleskin large size. And I cut the cover to TN size. But it's okay, because I kept the bits. Because I never throw bits away, right? So what I was going to do is take these bits and reattach them. No, that way round. Literally reattach them, stitch them back on, add a bit of lace, and then it gives it an extra little oomph to the cover. See? There's a way to fix everything. This one doesn't quite match as well. I don't like that green bit. I can probably cover up the green bit with a bit of lace. I don't like that side so much. But if that's on the back, on the inside, it doesn't matter because this is going to get covered. So yeah, I've got to figure out what to do there. I might just put a plain panel with a bit of lace on it. That would look all right on the back. So to cover... so that bit will go... Yeah, that bit will have that there. And then obviously I need to cover this writing panel. So for that, why won't that stay down? Stay put. For that, I'm going to use this, which, because it's kind of crazy colours, it's pink and blue and snaps of red and kind of in your face, because it's Alice's cat. I didn't tell you that, did I? It's Alice's cat, it's the Cheshire Cat, Alice in Wonderland, that kind of theme. But I thought this brought out his eyes, and also the red pops kind of give it a bit of a brighter frame. So that'll go on there like that, and it will cover that writing. And I'm going to use some lace on here to kind of soften it out a little bit. Make it a bit more girly, because it is Alice's cat after all. All of the printed papers and images like this are from Pixabay, and all of the cats are from a particular user, Raptopopulus, and I've linked their Pixabay down in the description. They've got loads of cats, loads of tigers and lions, pretty much any feline, plus loads of other stuff. Their work is absolutely beautiful, and everything on Pixabay is free for commercial use. So as long as you're not printing off thousands of them and trying to sell them or anything like that, you can download a page to use in a book or whatever, it's fine. I've downloaded quite a few off that user, and I've bought them a coffee, so when I say bought them a coffee, I mean I clicked the buy them a coffee and make a donation kind of thing. So this one has white paper, because I thought cream would be a bit too much with the blue and pink. I've saved all my offcuts. I've popped in that cute little illustration. This is from a different user, but I can't remember the name. But if you put in girl and cat, this is one of the ones that comes up. So this is white. I've got another page of that blue with the cat. And I just used a watercolour page on the back. I've got the pillow, Alice's pillow, and it's got pinky colours on the back, so I thought I could probably do something with that. I pulled out this this vellum from the Trisha Guild book, because it's got a tea set on it. And of course, that's Alice in Wonderland. What do you think of? The tea party. And it's blue and white. And on the other side, it's got a girl and some flowers. And I thought that looked really kind of Alice in Wonderlandy, without being Mad Hatter. It was a nod to the Mad Hatter without being over the top. Got another blue cat here. This was the one that I felt looked like Dinah, or how I imagined Dinah crossed with the Cheshire Cat. And it's got the red hearts, so we got a little nod to the Red Queen there. I had this as a spare offcut, and it goes with the red. It brings out that pop of red, so I thought that would be rather nice in there. Another beautiful sketch of a cat. And then the main cat in the middle is this one. Originally it had a white background and I changed it to blue to fit my colour scheme. But it reminded me of the Cheshire Cat where he was disappearing and all you could see was his eyes and his grin. And then we've got the other side of the papers. So that's the side that goes with Dinah. So, like I say, it's very Red Queenish. I think I prefer that folded in that way because it adds a bit of pop to a plain page. And this is crinkled paper on here. I layered the watercolour image over crinkled paper. Because cats like crinkled paper, right? But I wanted a bit of blue in there as well. There's the other side of that vellum with the girl, and I kept some offcuts because I thought that matched that blue quite nicely. There's the other side of that crazy pillow. Some more watercolour paper. This matches the inside here. I love this page. As you can tell, I've used it a couple of times. This side is the offcut from the two little girls with the cat. So I found this image, which I thought would go nicely. It's not quite in this colour scheme, it's green. But that cream page doesn't match either. And the cream on the cat matches this colour. So I thought that would go rather nicely with that. I've got to trim it up and get it to fit properly. I can always add a bit of pink or blue to this to bring it back into the colour scheme. But I thought that that's a really cute cat. And then that's the back page. So, and then this is what's going to be on the back cover. So again, I've got to add. I could put that way actually. Now if I put that way, that matches that green there. So I could put that way, and then on the back cover outside, I could put plain panel to cover that black. Because it's not black enough, it's kind of brownish. If it was black with the gold, it would look great because of the black lace, but it's not. So what I might do, I've got some of this lace, and I might just put some of that lace down the back so that it sticks out, because then it will stick out and you'll see it at the front of the book. I think that would be cool. So, since I've got this one out, let's start with this one, shall we? Oh, and then I've got, you remember that piece of pink paper that I thought, oh, I'm never going to use that, am I? Well, there's our pop of pink. Let's make a pink envelope out of that, right? Oh, and my fabrics, I've got I had a better idea. Now I remember. So I've got some blue lace, I've got some bright pink lace, I've got some red lace with gold bits that's hearts. I found this gorgeous. These are just a couple of odd bits that are red or blue. This is so pretty, look at that. That's going to go with the colour scheme. So I can use the pink paper for the envelope, can't I? Because again, this you can't write on this, it's glossy. It's slightly thicker. It's not as thick as writing paper, but it is slightly glossy. You couldn't write on it. So I thought, let's use that for the envelope to tuck in. And then, from there, I remember now, I said, hang on a minute, this cover. So let's fix this cover, shall we? Let's figure out this cover before we do anything else. So, This is going to go on here like that. I already know that. That's a given. It covers there nicely. It fits the width, and it works. I like it. It matches the pages inside. It brings in the blue, but it pops it with the red. The outside. The outside, I remember now, I was going to do this on the back because this has the pink and the blue and the black on it, like that. So that blue matches there. We've got the pink, we've got the red. And then this matches in here. And then on the front, so that will go like that. And then on the front, I was going to do this because this green goes with this bit along the panel here. And on the front, to cover that horrible piece of black, which actually is from that piece of paper, it actually is off that bit. It's just in a bit. I have this, which matches my crazy pink paper. Ooh! And I can even put this, because I didn't cut it wide enough, I can even put this hanging off a little bit and still put the black lace on the back if I want to. And then it's got some nice trims and it's a little bit over the top because it's Alice in Wonderland. Of course it's a bit over the top. Well, it's not Alice in Wonderland, but it's a nod to Alice in Wonderland. Is my Etsy set up for internationals? I do ship internationally, but I don't know if I'm going to use Etsy yet. The extra fees that they've started charging, plus the postage penalisation, plus losing stuff from fees through PayPal, plus the Brexit fiasco that is absolutely crippling our pound to the dollar. I think probably I will ship direct via my website. But you can pay through PayPal, so you're still covered. As long as you've got a PayPal setup, you know, if anything should go wrong, as customers, people are still covered through PayPal. But it's easier for me because I'm only paying one fee, and everything is on my website where I've got everything together. So I'm going to try and set up a shop on the website. I haven't yet decided on prices or anything like that, but I've had a look around Etsy, and the average sort of prices are, for plain ones that have nothing on them, they're just white papers that you've put some junk journaling together, no decoration. The basic inserts are going for £15, and the more decorative ones, anything from 18 to 30. It's crazy prices. So I'm going to look at it and say, okay, well, what would I be willing to pay for this? If I was the kind of person who would like something that's partially decorated, it's got a bit of a theme, I'd like to write in it and still have room to play and add my own stuff, what would I be willing to pay for it? Because as you know, I'm mean. Oh, I'm not mean. I'm thrifty. I will not pay over the odds for stuff. I like to, if I can say, well, I could make that myself, then I'm not going to buy it. But you know, there's stuff like Anna's book. I couldn't have made that. I knew I couldn't have made that. You've seen $80+ ones, yeah. Well, some of them, I mean, have you seen Amy? Oh gosh, what's her name? Amy something or other art. She did, if you look for Bohemian or Boho Traveller's Journals TNs on YouTube, Amy something art. She has made some that are just incredible. I can understand her charging $80 a time for that because it's taken her weeks to put them together. There's so much design and thought that's gone into them. It's incredible. But I don't think she did charge $80 for them. I think she charged like $40 or something. Which I think is reasonable for the amount of work that's in them. They're amazing. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't pick up my traveller's notebook cover. Hang on, let me see if I've got my other one. Oh, I've got my green one. It's all right. I thought I was going to have to go in my room and find my traveller's notebook cover for a minute, but no, it's okay. I've got my green one here. And I've got my brown one here. My brown one fits this one. So I'll be able to see what it looks like. And my green one is very slightly wider than a regular TN. Like very, very slightly, like half a centimetre or so. Just enough. You know when you put three traveller's notebooks plus a envelope plus a folder in, and then you add bits to it and it starts to push the middle notebook out the middle? Yeah, it's just wide enough to cover that. So, but I'll be able to see what it looks like with the traveller's notebook in the traveller's notebook, and then I'll get my brown one for next time so I've got the right size. Yeah, $80 is a bit ridiculous. That's like 60 quid. That's crazy. Oh, I haven't got my glue. I knew I'd forget something. Hang on. Okay. Now what I'm going to do... Oh, I wanted to say thank you. I've been getting notifications right, left and centre from people who've shared stuff. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Please do share. Especially if you've got people that you know that, like me, who sit and do this sort of stuff. Or journal, and they like to sit and watch YouTube videos while they do it. Right, come on, let's get cracking. Ooh, 20 minutes in, we haven't done anything yet. Yeah, I'm going to glue stuff together, and then once it's dry, I'll whiz it through the sewing machine, because I'm going to have to keep changing colours, especially for this one. And the Halloween one. What I plan to do for the Halloween one is use black thread, but change the bobbins out, because the bobbins are easier to change. So I'll use the three colours, the green, the orange and the purple, in the bobbins. With this one, I think I'll probably use pink and blue, or red and blue, depending on what I've got that matches. If I've only got pale pink, then I'll go with red. But ideally, I want this bright pink. And then the calico one, I'm going to go for softer colours. Like, I've got a cream and I think I've got a brown. But I've also got a dark kind of brick red that might look quite nice. So I'll see. But I'm going to have to keep swapping colours out and things. So I'm not messing with any of that today. Not that I plan on sewing on screen. Get me to 11,500 subscribers and I'll think about it. How about that? Oh, anyway. Talking of subscribers, I had someone say to me, does this mean your channel is no longer... does this mean your channel is no longer doing planning and journaling and stuff? No. It means my channel is still the same as it's always been. My channel is whatever happens to be floating my boat at the moment. I do plan to bring back some more witchy videos. Now that we've figured out what we're doing in class, I can do that. But let me get my ruler so I can check how big this is. I need this to be, how big do I need this to be? That width. I folded that to that width. 13.5. So it's got to be 13.5. Yeah, I plan on doing some more witchy bits now we know what we're doing in class. I have not abandoned that side of what I do. It's just that I'm itching to make journals right now. So that's what I'm doing. And you get to play along. Okay, so that's going to be 13.5. There's 13.5. Oops. So this is going to be added. Let's just mark slightly underneath so it won't show. And then this is the same width, so I can use this on this side. Thirteen and a half. There and there. If it's slightly out, I can trim it up, but I want it to get it straight. So, what's everybody doing this afternoon? You crafting along with me? Okay, which way round am I going now? This one is going on the front. Oh, I need my big scissors as well. Ugh. I'm so disorganised. The trouble with doing this stuff on two different desks is you're never quite sure what you're going to need until you need it. And then you have to keep getting up and down to go get stuff, but never mind. So let's trim off this uneven bit. Making paperclip bookmarks, cool. I like mucking about with paper clips. It's easy and it gets rid of all your nasty scraps that you don't want to throw away because they're bigger than a postage stamp, but you also can't find a decent use for them. Oh, that one's all right. That one's the even. Let's just check if there's anything on here. This one went a bit funny. I think it was just this side. My trimmer needs a new blade. Been editing your junk journal video. Oh yeah, put your link in, Cody. I can't remember if I've got links enabled. Hang on. Lying in bed watching. Good call. Have I got links enabled? Settings. Enable automatically block spam. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to Oh, I can't do that way. Hang on. Give me a second. Copy. Go back. Paste. Try that one again. Paste. There we go. There she is. Saved. There we go. You may have to refresh, Cody, but I've just added you as a mod so you can paste links. Because you're always the person who finds links and stuff really fast because you're watching on 3 different places. So if you want to paste your channel links, because she's started up her channels finally. Playing with printing your own grid paper for a journal. Awesome. It's annoying that I have to trim up these papers. I wish I'd remembered this the other night. I could have sat and done this. Okay, so that's going to go on there. This is slightly glossy paper. I am still live, Claudia. In fact, we've just started. Going to be live for a while. This is glossy paper, but what I'm going to do is put Pritt stick in the middle because it's the cover. I don't want it flipping about, so let's put that in the middle. Then I'm going to pop a little bit of wet glue on the edges just to make sure it stays stuck down. These are soft cover notebooks, obviously, because they would normally go inside a traveller's notebook. Excited, Claudia. Good. Grab a project and sit and play. That's what we do on a Friday afternoon. Haha, Friday afternoon. I'm funny and I didn't even know it. Okay, let's get that set up so it will cover that writing. And then, nope, that's the wrong one. I want this one with the blue. Don't do that. This one with the blue is going on here. Probably should have stuck this down first. Line that up there with the markings. Yeah, let's stick the other bit down first next time. Maddie, don't cry, sweet pea. Where's my... all these cards and things that I use to smoosh things down, and yet when I come to find one, I can't find one. My bone folder isn't even in there. Come on. Ah, there's a clean one. There we go, this will do. Make sure nothing comes up. Maddie having 25 minutes. There we go. One side. She's so funny. Whoa. Can you hear her? She's doing bed zoomies. She lies on her back on the bed and she wriggles about. It's really funny. Let me see if turning off the white balance. Is that colour better? I was streaming on Twitch earlier and I was painting something purple, so it was really hard to get the colours to show up. So I tweaked my white balance. Now it's all messed up again. Okay, so that's going on the front. Green's going... What way up are we? The green's going with the green. There. Yeah. That seems... Oh, I've put that on the wrong side now. Look at that, I've done it. I've put that on the wrong side. Ugh. So stupid. So we're back to the original plan of putting some black lace on this bit, because I'm an idiot. But never mind. You could have told me I'd put it on the wrong side. The struggle is real, people. There's a gremlin in my bedroom. Okay. What else do I have to tell you? Oh, I've already told my class, my website class, and my patrons know, but I've relaunched posting on Patreon. I've sorted things out now. So I'm relaunching the tiers. The lower tiers will be Patreon only. The upper tiers will be, you can do everything on on Patreon if you want to, but Ning will have some extras. So we're going to do it that way. I had complaints. Nobody's cared that I haven't posted on Patreon for months, because everybody who's actually on Patreon at the moment is already on Ning and is getting the information there. But the minute I said, oh, I'm getting rid of Patreon, everybody was up in arms. It's not upside down. It's not the wrong way round. Well, now I'm just all kinds of confused. This shiny paper picks up all kinds of rubbish. I'm going to have to contact this, I think, to make it stronger. Yeah, the minute I said I wasn't going to do Patreon anymore, everybody was up in arms. Not everybody, but several people messaged me and said, but I wanted to subscribe on Patreon. Which is fine, you know. It's kind of confusing because you already could subscribe on Patreon. That option was already there. I don't know. When I launched my Patreon, everyone was like, oh, everybody's leaving YouTube and going to Patreon and we don't like it. And then if you cancel your Patreon, everybody complains that you've cancelled your Patreon and they don't like that either. And if you do live videos that are 2 hours long, people say they're too long. And if you do 20-minute videos, everybody goes, well, why aren't you doing your long videos anymore? I've got to stop using this trimmer. It keeps breaking stuff. I don't have patience for it breaking stuff like this all the time. Stop using it to get a new blade, woman. Struggle is real today. The struggle is real. This is all going to get covered up, don't worry. It's not like it matters. So yeah, Patreon's reopened. Go have a look. Go join if you want to. As I said at the beginning, somebody asked about international payment things and sending books internationally and stuff. I'm happy to send stuff internationally. There will be some things that I will not be able to send internationally. So, for instance, I don't think I'd be able to send those pins, those cat pins, internationally. And of course, anything that's got botanicals in, I won't be able to send to Australia or whatever. But I will probably do it through my website, which is there. And I've got to figure out this weekend how to make my shop public so that you can just go on and buy through PayPal. Job done. But if you see me make something and you want to put in an offer and say, oh, I'll buy that, or you want to be first refusal, price depending and all that kind of stuff, I'm perfectly willing to put a wait list together. Okay, that's okay, I like that. So now should I contact it and then put this trim on? I think I probably should, shouldn't I? Yeah. Let's contact it first to give it some more strength, because this is glossy paper, it's going to crack and stuff. We don't want that happening. So, ye olde book paper, I bet that's not big enough. I bet that's not quite tall enough, is it? No, it's not quite tall enough. I was watching Nick the Booksmith. I'm new to junk journaling, or I'm new to the craft side of junk journaling. I'm not new to the old style of junk journaling, but the crafty work of art style junk journaling I'm fairly new to. It's a recent obsession that I can't seem to stop doing. Apparently Nick the Booksmith is quite well known in those circles. She's like me, she MacGyvers. She's making one at the moment that's like, it's a flat book or a lat book or something. I can't remember. It must be an American term because I've never heard of it. It's like we call them panel books, where it's like several panels and it folds up into a book, but you open it out and it's got like, I've seen it with games where it's like game pieces and things like that, and you have cards and stuff and you open it out, or it's got a chessboard inside it or something. And oh my God, what she's doing with it is amazing, but she's MacGyvering. She's not got a plan, and you can tell she hasn't got a plan. She's MacGyvering. She's fantastic. She's like me. And I'm sitting there going, oh, you could do this. Oh, you could, what about this? What about, and then about 10 minutes later, she'll come up with something. And it'll either be what I suggested or it'll be better. And I'm like, ooh, I wouldn't have thought of that. She's fab. Go check her out. I mean, a lot of you probably already follow her, but let's grab this washi tape. I'm going to show you a trick to getting this stuff to work, because this is the battle that you're facing, you see. The battle you face is this keeps happening, and then you end up with air bubbles, and we don't want air bubbles. So the answer is take one, oh, I need that a bit closer to me actually. Take one side and pin it down. Like that. Let's just hold it out. And then take the other side, bit of washi tape. I've cut it slightly bigger than I need it, which is always a good idea. Stick that down there. And then you can roll this back like that. Make sure this is taut. And carefully and that's not quite straight. Make sure it's straight. I can't see it on this thing. There's that edge and there's this edge. There we go. Now I can see where it is. Where's it gone? Straight. There we go. And then you can carefully pull this bit, smooth it down as you go. Go nice and slow, and then you won't get any air bubbles. You don't want to rip off a massive chunk at once. You want to keep pushing the air bubbles that way. Okay. Chop that bit off. I'm a little bit off at the bottom. I cut a little bit too short, like 1/4 of an inch too short on that corner. Just that bit there is missing. But that's okay because I plan to put some trim at the bottom anyway, so because this is the Alice in Wonderland one, it's going to be a bit over the top. Okay, now we can, let's make sure this is clean, turn it over, and we can chase those air bubbles out. Oh darn. Okay, that wasn't supposed to happen. It puckered up a little bit. But the air bubbles will still come out. Roll it back like washi tape. It's not stuck yet, so we can gently peel it back because we haven't smushed it down properly. The glue hasn't stuck yet, so we can still fix that. There we go. That's that side sorted. That explains why it was 1/4 of an inch too short on that corner, because it all buckled in the middle. I didn't see that happening. Okay. That's picking up a tiny bit, but it doesn't matter. That's going to be covered by the trim. Same that side. So far so good, where it's only on the edges that it's a problem. So moral of this story is make sure you can see what the hell you're doing. While you're doing it. I was taught that trick by a librarian, by the way, when I worked at the college. Because I was enthralled one day watching her covering books, and not a single one had any air bubbles in it whatsoever. I was like, you've got to show me how you do that, because that's next level kind of. That's next level skills, being able to put this stuff on without any air bubbles at all. First go. There we go. And it's gone. And she showed me that little trick. There you go. One last check to make sure there's no air bubbles whatsoever. Yeah, I can't even pick it up now. No air bubbles. Okay, now we can start from the middle and we can start squeezing all the air out so you don't get that frosted look. My fingers do not want to work today. There's a bump under there somewhere. I don't know what it is, but it's annoying. you can see it change colour when it's stuck down properly. This is essentially what I do with collage pieces, anything that I've glued with Pritt stick and so on. You can see like all this frosted bit under here. Sorry, I've gone off camera. You're holding your breath there. See how this bit has gone dark? Okay, there's something under my mat. That has to come out. What on earth is that? It's a big lump of paper. Big chunk of paper under my mat. That has to go. There we go, that's better. Don't know how I've got paper under my mat, given that I don't move my mat anywhere. Yeah, you can see it change colour and it becomes even and all that frosted look leaves it. That's what you want when you're gluing stuff, because that is air. So you don't want trapped air when you're... It's not so bad with wet glue because wet glue will expand and fill the gaps and it holds better. But when you're using Pritt stick, it air dries. And if it air dries, it goes slightly brittle. So you don't want anything under it like this. So this is what we do. We go through and we scooch out all the air from underneath. It gives a nice even finish. I might have to do this a bit more later, but just to make sure it's stuck down all the way over. I don't want to bore you stupid watching me trying to get air bubbles out. And there is an air bubble there, but all you do with that one is you grab a pin, which I don't appear to have right now. Where are my pins? Where's my sewing box? I've got a sewing box, I've got pins, I've got all sorts of stuff. Why can't I find anything? Oh, is it in there? Ah! Pin! So this one has an air bubble just there, so I'm going to pop the air bubble. Don't go through the paper. And then when you push it back down, because you've pushed through, you'll have to come back and just realign the paper like that. There we go. That's that done. So now all I have to do is trim it off. I think the best way to trim it off is going to be to grab my craft mat and cut it. No, we'll stick with the scissors. The scissors are working. Let's not mess with things. I'm not going to fold it in. I don't want ugly bits of plastic on the inside of my book. I just want to stiffen the book so that it's a little more durable, because this size of book, it's got a very soft cover, but this particular size of book, you might not want to put it in inside a journal. Not everybody would want to, so just give it a little bit more stability. If you just run your fingers along the edges, you can feel if you've missed anything, because it'll be sticky. Received a gift last week of a set of 100 Holbein colour pencils. Oh my goodness. That's nice. Those are expensive. Nice. Very nice. They're not as expensive here as they are other places because they're made over this side of the world, but oof. Yeah, they're top of the range, those. Gorgeous. So we got some real crazy colours going on this one. and I like it. Okay, so that back edge, the very back edge on this one has a little bit of plastic missing, but that's okay. It's going to get covered up anyway. Doesn't matter. It's not to protect the book or anything, it's just to make it a bit more sturdy so it doesn't split or break or anything like that. Okay, let's refold it. Much better. Much better. Oh, and it's got a nice glossy feel to it now as well. I like that. Yeah. Plus, it'll be sturdier for sewing this through. What paper do I recommend? I recommend whatever paper you want to use. That came out more sarcastic than it sounded in my head. Paper is... For me, what paper do you recommend is equivalent to saying what sheets do you recommend on your bed? Well, depends what you like to lie on. What are you planning to do? Do you mean for coloured pencils? For good quality colour pencils, are you a beginner? Are you okay with pencils? Have you used coloured pencils extensively before? What sort of level are we talking about? Because all of those kind of things will come into consideration. I like that. If I cut this bit off, I can always use this little bit of trim somewhere else, so don't anybody have a heart attack. But if I cut this bit off, I kind of like that this crazy piece here, where it hangs down, don't you think it looks like a cat's tail? The cat's tails. So by taking off that bit, it kind of emphasises the curl. I think that looks like cat's tails. I like it. So let's cut that bit there. Okay, beginner. Something with a good tooth. Ooh, who have you been talking to? No. I think even for beginners, if you're a beginner with really good quality pencils, I would go for really nice smooth paper. Have you got any Tomo River paper? Do you use like a Hobonichi or anything like that? Or a Moleskine? The Moleskine regular paper is beautiful to use colour pencils on. Another really good paper, the regular Moleskine, Tomo River paper, but put it onto, mat it. Don't use Tomo River paper on a page, just Tomo River paper. Put Tomo River paper with something soft underneath it, like a piece of watercolour paper. Smooth watercolour paper. Or even a magazine page, a glossy magazine page. Anything that's really smooth underneath it, so that you don't leave indents of any kind in the paper below. Because even being very, very soft with your pencils, you're going to leave dents. It'll go through to the next page. Don't try and add more colour by pressing harder. Do it by overlaying or adding more, a slightly darker colour over what you've already got. Okay? So practice with that kind of stuff first. Don't bother using mineral water or mineral stuff or anything like that. You're a beginner. In fact, your best bet, you know what I would do? I would pick some of those, you know, the Dovecraft books, the colouring books, either the Dovecraft ones or the Wonderland type ones. The ones that have got... Where's mine? Hang on. I've got one here somewhere. Where did I put it? Oh. What's it called? There's several. There's the Tropical Wonderlands. The best ones are the Dovecraft paper. Dove craft paper is beautiful for coloured pencils. And the ones, I tell you what, Miss Vicky B uses them as well. There's like the Secret Garden, the Joanna Basford one. There's the one that comes with all the fine tip pens, the adult colouring books, yeah. They've got the foiling on the front and they're square. I think I've got, mine's called Tropical Wonderland or something like that. Very small details, but you can ignore the details enough that you can start learning to blend and stuff. Miss Vicky B's got a couple of colouring pencil and colouring pen style videos on her channel using those kind of books. I think as a beginner, start there with your Faber-Castells, and when you feel confident using your Faber-Castells, you're not confident, but you know, when you're like, oh, this isn't quite as difficult as I thought it was going to be, pick up your Holbeins and start using those as well. But you'll find the Holbeins are very soft. The Faber-Castells are quite hard. So if you start with the Faber-Castells, you'll be able to layer up much more easily, because the wax pencils, they tend to get a little bit, how do you say it? You can, oh yeah, you can mix the two, absolutely. What you'll find is the Faber-Castells, you can keep layering and layering and layering and layering and layering indefinitely. But if you use wax pencils, the Holbein pencils, first, you'll get to a point where it's called burnishing, where you've got too many layers of wax to be able to do anything. You can only put so many layers of wax onto each other. I always start with my Faber-Castells first, or my Derwent colour pencils, and then I use my Prismacolors over the top, so refining the colour and adding dimension and all that kind of stuff with your more artist grade pencils. That's what I do as a beginner, because then you don't have to think about drawing or anything. If you want to draw, by all means, go ahead. But don't think that you have to learn drawing and colouring at the same time. And if you just want to learn to use your colour pencils beautifully, then, you know, use a colouring book. That's what they're there for. Okay, I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot. Now, this will eventually pull in when I sew it together. This will pull in, so it won't be quite as far out. But for now, just going to push that in towards the spine a bit, because I just want to gauge where I need to stick this so that it'll be in the right place. Okay, so I think if I stick it so that these two flowers, yeah, if I stick it so these two flowers are at the edge of the paper, I'll be able to see the paper, but that means I'll be able to see any laces or anything I put on the edges. So this will kind of overlay. And then what I might do is right at the front, on one of these front papers, put a flat lace so that it brings out that pattern. I think I like that idea. So what do I need to get rid of off the top? I think I just need to lose those two. I'm not sure about this one. Should I take that one off or not? If I take those two off there. I think it looks more cat-like without that bit. Plus it matches this because there's nothing down here. So I think I'll do that. I can always use these little droplets elsewhere, you see. These are fab. I'm trying to think who else does colour pencils. I've seen quite a few people do colour pencils. There's two ways of doing colour pencils. Neither is wrong, okay? It's just what you prefer. There's the crafter way of doing colour pencils, which involves some very strange things with mineral spirits and stuff. And then there's just the regular colour penciling, like journalers do. So it kind of depends which one you want. But Miss Vicky B's done a couple of videos on colouring with pencils. And I think Courtney did too, Little Raven Ink. I don't think I have. I don't think I've done any colour pencils. Not colour pencil specifically. I've used colour pencil, but I'm mixed media. I don't just use colour pencil. Another thing that's fun to do, you've used watercolour before, haven't you? Just basic watercolour. Is use your basic watercolour to put the colour in and then use the colour pencil over the top. So use a super smooth, I use the, not Derwent, what's the other one? Arches. Arches extra fine. Hot press. The way to remember it is, if it's hot pressed, it's like it's been ironed. So it's smoother. Okay? So hot press watercolour paper, not super thick. You don't need it super, super thick. Or the Sea White's black case-bound notebooks. Those are really nice to work on with colour pencil. The in fact, the Kaye ones, the beginner sketchbooks is what I use. I love those to work on. And you can do a very light wash of watercolour. So you put your watercolour on, but with not very much water. And then when it's completely dry, you can go back in with colour pencil and you can do so much with it. That's my favourite way to use colour pencil. And if you use like the single-sided colouring books or the really good quality ones, like the Wonderland ones, you can do watercolour on it with a watercolour brush. And then when it's fully dry, yeah, you can use ink tents. Anything you can use ink tents on, you can use ordinary watercolour and pencil. In fact, your ink tents, use your ink tents, instead of colouring and then wetting it, do what Vicky does with her ink tents. She's done an ink tents tutorial as well. Do it like we do, where you get a little piece of plastic, like a Tupperware tub or something, colour onto the Tupperware tub, and then pick up the colour there, like paint. Lacquer fine! Yes, lacquer's brilliant. Yeah. Lacquer fine art, yeah. She is really good. I've got to make sure I get this the right way round. I keep getting distracted. There we go, it's going that way. Yeah, she's a very good artist. She just uses the Derwent Coloursoft pencils like I do. I don't need this to stick too much because I probably will go in and hand stitch it on. But I want to make sure that I get all the way down. So I'm going to do the swirls, and then I'm going to do up the middle of the flowers, and then just this bit here. I don't want to do the outside because I don't know exactly where it's going to stick to the paper yet. Yeah, she's amazing. And she just uses the colour pencils. She doesn't mess about with all this stuff of, oh, I'm going to add bits and pieces here and there and everywhere. Either do mixed media or don't do mixed media. Don't faff about in the middle. I'm joking, for anybody who doesn't get my sense of humour. Okay, so I'm lining up that one and that one there. That will be, oops, oh, I did it on the wrong side. Just got a little bit of glue on there, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to put something on the back of that anyway. Okay, so that's glossy and that's heavy, and that's going to move about if I'm not careful. So I'm going to put that to one side so that it can dry. Pop it under there. I need that to stick. So I'm just going to finish my soup. Yes, I said soup, not coffee. should we do next? Should we do calico? Let's do calico. Now this one I don't think needs a cover because this is the same paper, but because this is so much smaller, it's not got so much going on. If that makes sense. Oh, I printed this out for the middle. I liked this picture so much that I reprinted it big. And I'm going to use her separately for something else. Our little kitty. Because I thought it kind of looked odd that all you could see was a cat paw. And if you didn't know it was a cat paw, you wouldn't know what that was. But she's really cute, so I'm going to use her somewhere else. And I thought that would be nice for the centerpiece. So on this one, on this cover, I need to do the same. So let's pop that out. There we go. So this is the country calico. So this is the outside. I love this. This is so pretty. And then, of course, it's got hideous stuff and writing and things on the inside. So I'm going to use this little country table setting to cover that up. Like so. So we'll keep a little bit of the blue. I quite like the blue. But we'll cover up the rest of it. Oh, I wish I'd noticed this yesterday. I could have sat and done this before I came on camera, couldn't I? How annoying. Sorry. But there's, you know, there's not absolutely machine-made perfect, oh look, it's slightly wonky, handmade, isn't that cute and quirky? And then there's, what the heck does she not know how to use scissors? You know? And we're verging on what the heck does she not know how to use scissors for that bit, so. I'm going to do the same with this. So push that bit in. Make sure it's going to cover the writing. I might have to add a little bit of lace to the bottom afterwards because I don't think it's only just going to cover. Only just. And I'd rather it covered at the top and I had to add a little bit to the bottom than the other way round. So we don't have to MacGyver this cover because I cut it to the right size in the first place. Measure twice, cut once, and guess what? We didn't measure twice. Oh, the thing is, I think I did measure twice, if I remember correctly, but then I got all gung-ho and went, oh, I know, I'll just whack this on here. Bit. Off we went, so let's make sure everything's the right way up. Yeah, it's upside down, but I actually like it that way, I think. Oh no, I like it that way, because that black bit, that dark bit will be at the back. The watercolours will be at the front. Oh yeah, I'll do it that way around. See, good job I checked. Doesn't matter that it was upside down, it looked cute, but... Finishing your art studio redo. Yeah, it drags on a bit, doesn't it? You get to that last little bit, you're like, oh, do I really have to keep going with this? I've just done mine a couple of weeks ago and I need to redo it again. Because I have a really bad habit of pulling things out and not putting them away. Pull them out and I go, I'll put that there. And then the pile to my left just becomes basically insurmountable at one point, at some stage. When it gets to the point where it's going to fall over, I have to stop and go, okay, it's time for a redo. Okay. Where's my clean card? There it is. The good thing about colour pencils is if you get everything set up, you can just have it all on a little tray and you can just sit on the sofa and do it. You don't have to sit at your desk or whatever. Whereas with watercolour and stuff, you know, you have to get yourself set up. You need at least somewhere to put your water. And it kind of gets a bit annoying. The floor's down, the painting's done, but you've got to put the IKEA furniture together. Oh, fun. This is why putting IKEA furniture together is one of the reasons I don't buy IKEA. I'm sorry, but if I'm going to spend that kind of money on a brand new piece of furniture, I want it to come in one piece. Call me strange, but you know, the whole point of it not being all together is that you can mix and match, and then it's supposed to be cheaper because you do it yourself. But it's not cheaper. This is why I go to thrift stores and buy. Frugal Crafter. Yeah, she's so talented. I don't think there's very much she can't do. She's a little bit too hyper for me. I can't watch her in... I can only watch her occasionally when I know that she's done a video that I want to watch. I will go specifically to watch that video. Or if there's something that she's done that I'm thinking, oh, I want to do that. How did Lindsay do it? What would Lindsay do? Then I will, oh look, Scooby hair. Then I will go and watch it, but she's too manic. She is just way too manic for me. I'm like, oh, honey, lay off the coffee, will you? But she's got some fantastic ideas. And she MacGyvers too, which is always a good thing. MacGyvering is everything. Your son usually does it, but he's got a lot on. It's heavy too. Some of the IKEA furniture is really heavy. I mean, the nearest I've got to IKEA furniture is that 9-box cabinet behind me. It's like a big Billy bookcase. Ooh. No, I do not want to shut stuff down. Hang on. My screen's gone full screen and I don't know how to get rid of it. Oh, there we go. That was crazy. I think I put something on my... Her voice is too high. Oh, well, people can't help their voices, you know. There are a couple of people that I simply cannot listen to because their voice just... I can't deal with it. There's one girl on YouTube, obviously I'm not going to name names because that's mean. And you know, she does some lovely videos and I wish I could watch her videos, but every few words, she does this, and it just really annoys me. It's like a nervous tick, but I wait for it. And I'm so distracted waiting for the next time she goes, I can't do it. I can't watch her videos and relax. And that's what I watch videos for. And Lindsay's like a box of squirrels on acid. I mean, she's just all over the place. I love her, but she's all over the place. Turn sound down. Yes. I watch people with sound turned off quite a lot. And there's some people, I can't remember her name, she's absolutely lovely girl. Absolutely lovely. She does some gorgeous artwork. She's absolutely cracking, but she has this habit of using the word any hoodles. Any hoodles. And I'm like, how old are you? Stop. Please. So I have to be in the right mood. I save her videos, and then when I'm like, yeah, I think I can handle any hoodles for a couple of hours. I'll catch up on all her videos. But I'm sure there's people find my voice annoying at times, you know. It's not like I'm quiet and, you know, I'm a bit too loud, and I know a lot of people don't like the fact that I stream live all the time, and I do everything I do is live, so there's always long videos and stuff. I get complaints about doing videos that are too long all the time, but I'm like, I don't care. I like long videos. I know the people who watch me like long videos, so I'm doing like long videos. I've got at least 6 people that I know of that have got ADHD that sit and watch my videos from start to finish, or sit and join the streams and do stuff start to finish. And most of them say, well, the reason I sit and do it is because I know that for the next 2 hours I'm going to be concentrating on you and doing what I'm doing. So it helps me to focus. So, there we go. That doesn't quite lie flat, but Traveller's Notebooks don't lie flat, so that's not going to be an issue, I don't think. Because it's not like... It's not stiff, it just doesn't quite go down as far as I would have liked. But I think that's okay. Once we sew it together, it'll be alright, because it's the cover anyway. And the covers never lie flat. Okay, well that was painless. Relatively painless. If you don't like, don't watch. Yeah, exactly. That's how I look at it. You know, and there are people that I absolutely love their videos. I have to be in the right mood to watch them. I can't, you know, Little Raven Ink, I absolutely adore her. She's one of my best friends online. I love her videos. I find her really inspiring, but I've got to be in the right mood to watch her videos. And I sit and binge watch all of them in one go. And I will watch all of her videos for about 3 hours and catch up. And then I'm done for another few weeks until I'm in that mood again. And then I'm like, yeah, I'll catch up on all of Courtney's videos today. And I totally get that. You know, some people just... Everybody cannot be to everybody's taste all of the time, given that everybody's in a different mood every single day. Right? All right, so that's nice. I like that. And I was thinking, because this doesn't really match, this bit doesn't really match, I was kind of thinking it would be cute to use this across the bottom there. So the colours would peek through, but it would make it blend in better. Because that sky blue, that matches. That's, I mean, it's not great, but it kind of matches. These kind of match. But this lime green is not a good colour. But with this, it would just give it, and it kind of looks like fencing. Don't you think? It looks like looking through looking through a trellis fence to a garden. And that's very country, isn't it? So I think that'll be cute. And then that will also help with the fact that it's not lying flat either. Because this is quite thick, so it wouldn't lie flat with that on it anyway. But it will make it feel like it's meant to be like that. And then, so there's not so much bulk at the spine, what I'll do is I'll cut it in two. So I won't attach it all the way across, because obviously this is going to have, it's going to have pages sewn into it, and it's going to have an elastic band. So I don't want it to be crazy thick at the spine. So if I cut it there, This has got copper wire in it. It's really cute. And then I trim that bit off there, and I leave a slight gap between the two. That will account for the extra bulk at the spine, so it won't bulk out at the bottom, because this is quite thick and chunky. Now, the question is, how am I going to attach it? I think the best thing to do is going to be to just glue stick it in place for now, and maybe hand stitch it in on the corners, or sew it down the sides or something. So let's move it across. There's a bit of a gap. This is sticking up at the moment, but obviously it won't do when I've stitched it properly. And there's the seam edge. To there. Just, oh, that was bent in. How did that get bent in? I didn't do that. Did I use the wrong side? Oh, I used the wrong side, look. That's the bit I cut. But that's the right... No, that's not the right width. Okay, let's do it this way. Ooh, I'm going to do it that way, so those little bits of fringing stick out the bottom. That's cute. Leave a little gap like that there, and then that will account for, yeah, that looks like looking through a trellis to a little garden. That's cute, I like it. And then we've got the little fringing at the bottom. That's nice. Is the panda finished? No, not yet. Still working on panda. He's getting there. Oh, this has got little bits on it as well that I can pull out. Look. I didn't realise I'd got them caught underneath. I'll have to check that when I sew it, make sure they stick out. That's very cool. I like that. And then I've got something, a nice piece of lace from the front for the front, and I was thinking one of these. So I've got the heavy trim, which I really like. I've got this, which is very pretty and very country lace. That's really beautiful. Or I've got this, which is kind of coffee coloured. I think that might be nicer inside on a white page. I think it's lost a bit. It matches the cover perfectly, but it's lost a bit. I picked this one because it's got, if you look in the fans, hang on, let me get my old focus. Ooh, Butterfly Girls following me on Twitch. Thank you very much. If you look inside the fans, can you see the cat's eyes? Don't they look like cat's eyes? And little paw prints? I think that's really cute. It's not meant to be, but it kind of, that's what it reminded me of when I saw it. So I think that would be better on a piece of white paper. Maybe in the middle somewhere. I really like this. I think this is gorgeous. Have you seen my lace trick, by the way? For those of you who store lace and ribbon, here's a cool little trick for you. We're going to fold our ribbon into a comfortable size. You take one piece, you wrap it around, and you pull it back up through there to make a little knot in the middle, okay? And then, every time you come to use your lace, hold the knot and pull the free end. And it will always come untied. Cute! Easy! Bam! I really like this lace. I think it's lovely. How about if we use it with this? What if we layer them up? How does that look? No, it's too bulky. No, I think I'm going to stick with this one. I like this one on the front. That's what we're going to do. Because it sticks out slightly, but not too much. Even this bit up. Again, I'll sew this later, but for now I'm just going to tack it in place with a glue. Bit of Pritt stick. You can rack it through the sewing machine later. I've got to be careful with this lace because it's very slightly stretchy. So you've got to be careful not to pull it when you stitch it down. I like the way the colours show through there. That's pretty. So I can do florals. I can. I just intensely don't wanna. See you guys. Die. Okay, let's cut that rounded and let's trim that rounded as well. So we don't have a hard edge. There we go. Oh yeah, that's cute. I like that. And what I was thinking was doing a book plate type effect here for the with the calico cat on it. I'm also thinking I might do a piece of artwork for each one. Because that would make my journals a little bit unusual, that I've actually done specifically a piece of artwork for it. Yeah, it's pretty, isn't it? It's pretty without being over the top. So I was thinking maybe this pink is quite nice. Maybe that with a piece of kind of plain cream over the top. Which would, I guess, kind of look a bit like that. If you imagine this being plain. Oh yeah, I'm much darker too. I'm much the Alice in Wonderland and the Witch's Cat are the Alice Cat and the Witch's Cat are far more my style. This is on the edge of what is my style. I don't mind making stuff like this, but I wouldn't necessarily make it for myself. But I like this. I think that could work. The pink brings out the pink in these flowers. This will be paper. And I can trim this out, make it look shabby around the edge, like frayed instead of cut. And then I might even be able to, I wonder if I can trim out one of these cats, the country cat. I like this little one, this cute little one with the green eyes. I wonder if I could trim him out to sit him on that fabric. Like, I think what I'd probably do is stick him down to a piece of card and then cut him out so he's kind of like an applique, and then stitch him around the edge so he looked like an embroidery. Is there one of him on the edge anywhere? On the edge of the fabric. He's next to that big puffy white one. Let's see if we can find one that's a bit... Oh, look, puffy white one. Cute cat, not there. The next one is there. Ooh, that's on a straight edge though. It's not a salve edge, but it's close. The first one there is there, so that's a bit too far in really. I don't want to use that much fabric. But this bit, I will probably use that bit anyway. So let's trim. I like that ginger cat, he's cute. So keep the ginger cat. Okay. Gonna need a piece of card. Have I got an offcut of that green card anywhere or something? Piece of card. Something thick, but not black. Thick but not black. Ooh, what's that? Oh, that's black. Because of course it is. What's in here? Scraps of things. Scraps of things. Ooh. It's got bugs on it. I can use that one. Not in this, but I think this is all black and white. Okay, let's use that journaling card then. I've got a million and one of these. Oh, got a star on. Star! A star! Star's coming for me. Okay, so where's my kitty? There he is. I like him, he's cute. So I'm going to stick him on too. There. So he will go not quite far enough over, hang on, a bit further. There. There we go. Can use that bit because that bit's wide enough for the cover for the book. I can just make a tip, a flap for that. So that's cool, that'll work. Okay. Let's make sure this is dry. While we're doing that, let's do this bit. Would your dogs let a cat inside the house? Oh, next door's cat regularly wanders in. Charlie regularly wanders in to help herself out of the dog's bowl for a drink. they grew up with cats. I wouldn't trust Scooby alone with a cat because he's a collie. He's collie German Shepherd, which is a bad combination to have with a cat. Oh, come on. Why are you not tearing? Oh, this fabric does not want to tear. Yeah, I had 2 cats when I had Maddie, when I got Maddie. So she's used to cats. Scooby, I think he would be all right with his own cat, but in general, he doesn't like cats. He barks at the cats when he sees them outside. But he's all right with next door's cat wandering in for a drink. Again, I think it's because he knows her, so... But I wouldn't... See, I have house cats. With Maddie, I used to be able to put Maddie, leave Maddie and the cats at home on their own, and I would come home and I'd find them all snuggling up together in one of the beds. But Scooby, I think if I left him on his own with a cat, I'd probably come back to a bloodbath. Because he's got the chaser instinct in him. But yeah, Charlie wanders in and helps herself to some water out the dog's bowls, and Maddie tries to play with her, and Scooby just looks at her like, "The hell are you? You don't live here." Maddie loves cats. She likes to play with cats. Okay, this fabric does not want to tear that way. Why doesn't it want to tear that way? Let's try the other edge. It's just that corner doesn't want to tear. Maybe there's something on it. There we go. So how big do I want it? About there, I think. Let's have it just above that rose. Hopefully we'll be able to get this side to work. Easy as pie. It was just that one corner I didn't want to tear. Okay. That's really pretty fabric for a country cat kind of journal. It's a bit busy, but it's meant to be busy because we're going to overlay it with cream. So where's my cream cardstock? What have I done with my cream cardstock? Or shall I use this and then put cream on it? No, because I like that the way it is with the pocket. But I could trim it off a little bit. Decisions. Oh, I've got spare here. Ha ha. Okay, that solves that problem. See, this is why we don't cut anything off until we're sure we don't want it. So if I actually, let's not cut the whole thing off. Let's just cut off a small bit that we need, and then we might be able to use that bit again later. So that's quite an interesting shape then, because we could potentially turn this into kind of a, you know, like with the button closure thing. That might be kind of cute. And it takes some of the bulk out of that bit, so that's good. Okay. Oh, let's use the square corner. Let's say about there and about there. Could follow the lines on the long edge, that'd be easier. There we go. So that will sit there. I like that, that matches. And we'll have our little kitty on there. So let's cut him out. Glue isn't quite dry, but it'll be alright. You can draw his whiskers back in, so I'll cut those off. Sorry, I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I am literally just cutting around the cat. And I have to have it up here so I can see what on earth I'm doing. Just get rid of that flash of orange, that's a bit garish. Don't want orange. Okay, so if I do that, let's round that corner off a bit. I don't like that corner. Let's do that like that, and then we can have the cat. It's flat on that side, so if we had the cat that side. Yeah, he's cute. I like it when a plan comes together. Well, let me check what he'd be like this side. Oh, I prefer him that side. Okay, I'll have to just curve this corner then so that it looks right. Give him a shoulder. Yeah, he's cute. So I'm not going to stick him down, because what I'll do is I'll sew around the outside with blanket stitch to get that edged look that you have on appliques. Plus it'll give that a chance to dry properly. So I'll give that some edging, and then I'll put that on there like that, and then we'll have his title there. And I might even put a little bit of gold round here just to give it a little bit of zhuzh. I like that. I'm glad that worked. Okay. So that's going to go on there like that. I think I will probably sew that around the edge. I think that'll give it that extra little zhuzh that I was talking about. So let's tack that into place there, like that. Get it straight. So if I sew around him, and then I'll stitch this into place, and then I'll stick him on there with some decent glue, and he will look really cute. And then while this is not, once I've stitched around this and it's all done, I can do my header. So the header is basically going to be, let's put him about there, not quite in the middle of his face. So that's about halfway. Stitching's going to be about there-ish. I might zigzag it so it's not all the way round. So that, and we can have country. I need to check if calico has 1L or 2, because I'm not 100% sure, so I'm going to check that before I ink it or anything. I'll probably do that in sepia ink, either sepia, or I've got some really bright pink that would make that pink pop actually. I might test that and see if that, how that works. So there's the nameplate or title plate. Can't really see what I've written, but it says Country Calico. I might make it the Country Calico and work his ears around the title. If I do like the, like that or something. It almost look like a book title then. That would be quite cute. Okay, so that's that sorted. Let's pin that together so I don't lose it and pop it on the front. So that's that cover done. I mean, obviously I'll probably add bits and pieces to it, but that's that cover done. That's this cover done. That's stuck now, so I'll hand stitch that in a couple of places just to make sure it doesn't come off. I'm going to put the black along here, which I'll have to sew. There's no way to stick it. That's going in there like that. That's going on there. Yes, that's pretty, because the pink from this sticks out under the pink from the folder sticks out from under the lace. So you get that colour on the front, matching that, without it being overly over the top. I like that. It's subtle. So there's that. That's that one. And this one, I don't have my black lace with me, so I can't tack the black lace into place anyway. But also what I've got for this one is, because that lace is, that pink is quite harsh, I've got this lovely blue that is like Alice in Wonderland blue. It reminds me of the lace she had on her shoulders. And I can put that on this page here where it's not so wide. And pop that on there and it will show under here, just to make that a little bit more, just a little bit more girly. I don't want it girly girly, but it's Alice in Wonderland, so I want it to be a bit girly. That lace will just soften the edge. But I like this, it looks like cattails. Crazy cattails, but hey, it's the Cheshire Cat, right? How would that look on this side? What if I put that on this side? To soften that edge and cover that back piece. Oh, that looks pretty. I like that. It goes with the blue. Ooh, I like that. Now this I'm going to have to glue into place. I will not be able to stitch this into place. But if I glue it into place, I can account for the stitching when I stitch the other side. So, let's do it. Hello, Miss Maddie. She's like, Mama, it's 6 o'clock on a Friday. Oh, and Boo Boo as well. Hi, Boo. Yeah, I know, it's 6 o'clock on a Friday and Mummy's still working. It's pizza time, isn't it? I know. But we're not having pizza tonight because we can't afford pizza tonight, Boo. No, we can't afford pizza tonight. You're having if it's, mate. If it's in the kitchen, you can have it. That's what we're having for tea. Yeah. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm busy, wait. Okay, here we go. Let's put that on there. Shush! It's enough. Don't you shout at me. Don't you shout at me. Don't you shout at me, you grumpy old man. Just wait. I know. Just wait a minute. Give me a second. This is stretchy lace, so I have to make sure it doesn't move. Will you shush? Okay. There we go. That'll hold that in place. That's pretty, I like it. Yes! I love it when a plan comes together. Okay. 1 second, because his nibs needs to go in. Yes, I know. Come on then. Come on then. Let's go. Come on then. Let's go. Let's go. Where's the other one? Alrighty. Done? Good. Good girl. been? You noodle. Oh! We're back. Hey, Jen. Okay. Here's the other one. So that's that one done. I haven't decided what I'm going to do for the plate on this one yet. And it's still the wrong way round. I was going to use that as the front. Then I've used that, and then that's there, and but the cat's the right. Oh. How did I manage to do that? I'm amazed that that is actually usable. Never mind. The back looks nice anyway. I like the back. But I liked that pop of pink, you see, with this pop of pink. Oh. The trials and tribulations. Never mind. It happens. Okay, now this one. Oh, let me gather my bits. Hang on. That's the bits for that one. Because these scrappy bits, I can use these scrappy bits. Well, maybe not those scrappy bits, but that bit and that bit. I can use those. I can probably use that bit, in fact. Just get rid of that. And there. And that one. And the blue. That goes with those. Those. Got a lot more material bits in this one, I think, because it's a, I don't know, country just says material to me. I don't know why. There's my panel for my cats. That can roll up in the box, and that's that one. That's for Alice. Got glue on my finger. Oh, this is all for Alice as well. Oh, see you later, Ish. So that's that one there. Okay, this one is the Halloween one. I keep calling it the Halloween one. It's not Halloween, it's Witch's Cat. So this one, if you remember, I had cardstock, but I didn't have any images. So there's all my material bits. Let's pull those out. Put those separately. So I had orange and green and black cardstock, but I didn't have any images, so I went and searched for some images. So here's how this one's looking now. This one's got cream paper in it. I found these. Same user, Ractopopulus, black cats. There's two of them. And I matted it, that one with a green. Not matted it, I printed the green out on the back. And then this one's got purple on it. There's the second cat. And then this one I printed for the central image. This is what I meant, it's upside down, isn't it? Way to go, Ro. Get it upside down. This is the Rackham, Arthur Rackham cat. Isn't he awesome? Isn't he just like, look, I know it's Halloween, don't mess with me, okay? He's not taking any prisoners, this one. He's like the grumpier cousin of the Chat Noir. And then we've got, obviously you can only see the cat's bum here, but at least this one, you can see that it's a cat's bum, right? Before I sew it together, I might see if there's a way to tip them in so that you can get the whole cat in one place. See, there's the back of the other cat. I might do what I've done with my other one, with a page that I wanted to all together, but that didn't fit. I might try and put him in like that and attach him to that page. Sorry, like that, and attach him to that page so that he's like that. And then put the other one at the front. But I'm nowhere near sewing them all together yet, so actually I like that idea. I like that a lot. I think I'd prefer that. So let's pull him out and he'll go there. And we'll attach him to that page somehow. Because all I've got to do is get these two pages and, you know, sew it down the middle. It's not rocket science. But I could also do it in multiple other ways. I mean, it's got a fold in. So I could attach this to here and have him fold all the way out like that. Not very practical for a traveller's notebook, but it could be done. Or I could put him that way and have him fold out that way. And put this in the... Ooh, that could work. What if I put that there? What if I do that? So he folds out. Because I could trim that bit off and then you'll see more of him. You'll see his face. That could work. He'd be like a little hidey cat. And then it would pull out. That would work for a traveller's notebook. And then you'd see the whole cat, you see. I like that idea. Did I do the same on this one? Have I got a... I do have a thing on this one. Now that one will be the wrong way around though, won't he? He'll be there if I do that. But that's kind of cute too. No, I don't want him there though, do I? That's the green one, so I want him a bit further back. Let's put him here. Let's put the green one between the black and the orange. I think he's where he was before. I think I had to swap... No, I'd swap them round because they're on their opposite sides now. Yeah, if I put him in there like that, then up here we've got a little flap of green that we can work with. Oh, it's getting like a line now. Come on. Get back in there. So we've got a little flap of green up here now. And that cat, a flap of green with some fun stuff. And then on this side we could have this cat this way. So I could take that off and make it a pocket so that you get the whole cat on that side. That could work, couldn't it? I like that. And then I've got this fun little bit of acetate with the cat and the tree. This is from a Halloween set that I had. So he's going to be fun to put somewhere. Probably on one of these plain pages. Like that. And then I might use this extra piece of trim on the front. In fact, I think I will. So how wide is that page? 11? Yeah. So I trim this to 11. Snake eyes. Oh, it is so static. Where's my mark? Yeah, I'll have to straighten that up, but that's okay. There we go. So why don't we just put this one here, actually? Well, we've got it. And I will... Ooh, it's silver on the other side. Do I want to use the silver side or the gold side? I like the gold with the cream, but silver is more me. No, it's not about me. It's about making the book nice. So we'll put it on the gold side because the gold goes with the cream. This glue dries clear. I think I've mentioned this before, but just in case you were thinking, oh my goodness, that's going to show. Yes, it is, but only until it dries. Once it's dried, it's done. Okay. I do this with my wet glue to make sure that it goes all the way to the edge, but also so that you don't get little globules of glue, because that makes for an uneven bond. If you smooth your glue out, you get a much more even finish. Make sure I've got all the bits of static off the inside of it before I glue it down. And that's now a clear pocket. There we go, I like that. Witchy cat. And I don't have it with me, but what I'll do is to get rid of this corner is to round the corner. So that now gives me this piece to use on the front. Just need to trim off that little bit in the middle. There we go. I've got all sorts of other bits that I can use. So let's get the box out and have a rummage. Oh, this I need to go through because it shouldn't all be in here. Could have a male witch. Dr. Dreadful. It's a dreadful moustache. No, we don't have any blue. I don't want to use the blue. Blue is not Halloween. If it ain't Halloween, it ain't Halloween. That's some cute little Halloween washi tape there. I think that's from, that might have been from a thing from By Bun. So that will almost certainly go on there, I think. He's very cute, that white cat, that black and white cat. Those bugs I need bugs for my Penny Dreadful. that's got bits in it. Oh, the black and white fabric. Maybe I can use that actually. Ah, here's all the bits I was looking for. I've got some big frilly black lace that's like, I've used it on my my last two journals, my two Victorian journals. It's big, chunky, frilly, ratty looking black lace like you'd get, you know, like if you had lace cuffs, kind of what they would go like after a while. I'm going to put that down the front to go with this because that's very witchy like. I found the rub-ons that I was looking for, that I couldn't find anywhere the other day. Guess where they were? In the bag I was looking at them. For luck, don't say scat to the black cat on Halloween. I don't understand that. We got a little black cat there. I'm probably not going to use the rest. I might use the witch's hat, but I like the little cat on the pumpkin. This has got cats and black cats and witches and ghosts and things. Got a black tag there. We've got orange cardstock. We've got ooh. Now we're talking. Now we are talking. Here we go. Front pieces. Right. We've got the black cat. We've got that black cat. Now he is on blue, but he's definitely a Halloween cat, right? That creepy thing is not being used. That's getting redone. He will not fit. It's a shame that's written over there, because you could cut him out and put him on the front, and that would be really cute. For ways that are dark and tricks that are vain, watch out. Maybe if I put him there with, maybe I could stick something here to cover that. Maybe. Or a small version of Rackham. So he's another option, because he's in the middle of the book. Technically it's his book, Rackham's cat. It's kind of Rackham's cat rather than the witch's cat, but I've got this one. This is really cute, but you can't really see the cat. That would be better on the inside. That's going to go in there, in that envelope, because that goes to that envelope. Okay, let's, oh, I keep getting my bracelet caught on the corner of that thing. Black and orange that matches, or purple for contrast. That's our options. So let's see. Oh yes, I'm going to put a pocket there to put that in. Let's pull out this and see what we've got in here. So we've got purple, black or orange. And we've got potential candidates are the black cat. I'm not sure about that one, but maybe. That one. Or that one, which matches the cover again. So we could potentially do black cat on orange on that, which would all match. Let's see what else we've got. Because this is all Halloweeny bits. We've got weird squiggles. Weird purple squiggles. We've got, ooh, a black cat, or a black cat. We've got a black bat. I think he'd be on the inside somewhere. We've got some pumpkins. These are funky foam. We've got 3 black cats. And some more swirly purple bits. Got Mrs. I'm Afraid. I'm afraid. Oh. We got, ooh. Ooh. We've got that. She's an applique. Okay. I think I may have a plan. I think the plan may involve that, because she won't show up on there, she's purple. I don't know about the orange. The orange might be too much. Yeah, the orange is too much. We're going to use the black, because she is a purple cat. Oh, hang on. Black cats. It's all black cats. Bugger. I guess I could use a purple cat, but it's black cats. I've used all black cats. Even though it's just a witch's cat. It doesn't have to be black. Yeah, it's not going to work, is it? Okay, plan A. Back to plan A. How about this? And maybe a funky black cat in the window. They do have eyes. This one's card. You can see a bit better on this one. Maybe a funky black cat. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cute. I like that. That could work. Could even do it without the tail and it still look like a cat. We just give him some whiskers. I like that. There we go. And we can use this. And then, how did I manage to get glue on that? At least glue comes off Perspex easily. Just wait for it to dry and scrape it off with a bit of plastic. There we go. It's as if it was never there. Will that fit under there? Oh, not quite. You don't quite see the gold bits. Okay. What if I put the gold bits that side and the cat on the other side? Nope. What if I put that bit that side and the cat that side? Nope. What about this bit this side and the cat on the other side? Oh, that's kind of cute. Gives him a little bit of dimension, almost like he's peeking out from behind some curtains. Ooh! I wonder if we could put a little bit of lace behind that, or a little bit of white something. Make it look like lace curtains, and he's peeking out behind the curtains. That'd be fun. I mean, if we can't have fun with this journal, what journal can we have fun with, right? So, let's get the size of this. Whoops. Get the size of that and then cut it just inside the line so it doesn't stick out. Okay. This has holes in it as well. So I could even put a couple of I got a couple of gold brads I could put through it actually. That would look cool. Give me an excuse to stick something on the back of this and cover this paper up a bit. Okay, so if that sits on there like that, and that sits on there like that, oh, come on. About there. And then that sits on top. So our cat will sit under there. We'll need him a little bit shorter than that. Okay, so that fits the whole side there. So we can stick him in there. Ooh. So if we line him up with that there. Yay, dog hair. How about we don't? Come on, dog hair, get out of there. Come on, move. Okay. And that will go on there like that. Yes, I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so I'm just trying to think the best way of doing this because I need to be able to do the writing. I think not assembling it yet and then doing the writing first and then letting it dry and putting it all together would be a better idea. So now I know where that lines up to. We can do, whoops. We can do that. Let's do it the same style. So if we do the, that's not going to fit, I don't think. I might have to do it a different style of writing to make it fit. And then I can do the cat in cursive. Maybe the tail like that. So that'll line back up like that. So that'll go over the top of there. And hopefully you'll be able to see roughly what it will look like when it's finished. There you go, the witch's cat. Cute. I like it. I'm not entirely sure about the gold, but it's not stuck down yet, so I'm okay with that. I'm wondering if maybe there's a... I wonder if that rub-on has like a spider hanging down or something. That would be cute. That would be more in keeping, I think. Where are those rub-ons? Where did I put them? There they are. These Halloween rub-ons. There must be a spider. Oh, look, a spider hanging down. Oops, sorry, I didn't put the focus back. Sorry. Sorry. Oh, now I've got to change it again. Anyway, look, just here by my thumb, really cute little spider hanging down. That would look cute. And I can work that around the lettering. Inside of that little spider hanging down. He'd be sweet. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Oh, there's my steampunk ones I was looking for. Hi, baby. Okay. I'm going to cut this one out. It's got lots of little bits around it, and I don't want to catch the little bits. Maddie, don't start crying, sweetie. You've just been out. Like, literally just come in. You can't possibly want to go out again. So let's pretend we did, okay? Just for a minute while Mommy finishes her work. Okay. Make sure it's within those lines. So he's going to be hanging about... I could hang him so that he's hanging off that H. I'll have to make cat smaller. But I could do that and he'd look really cute there, don't you think? So that H comes down and down, so I can put him, if I can get him off the back. Come on. Come off. There we go. So I can put him right, which is, yeah, let's put him right there. Correctly, these come off quite easily. They're the Tim Holtz ones. That's cute, right? I love it when a plan comes together. Okay, so let's get rid of the... Oh, I could have the gold on that side. Now it looks like a spider's web. There we go. That's better. Now it looks like the spider's hanging off the gold bit. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. That's going to be cute. I like it. So let's clip that back together with that. And that's going to go on the front. So that's that bit sorted. I might put that at the bottom actually. I think that would look cute at the bottom because it's quite top heavy. Yeah, let's put it at the bottom. And then I could potentially put something else up here. It's a shame that big spider wouldn't show up on that black background, because that big spider would be kind of cool. And we're having a big spider hanging down here. Oh, I've got some little magic mushrooms and stuff I can use on this one as well. That's cool. I can put like herbs and stuff because it's a witch's cat. It doesn't have to be all Halloween. Well, magical woodland theme. That sounds fun. I've got so many journal ideas, I can't make them as fast as I can think them up. That's why I'm making them like this, to just sell a few, because it gets the creative urge to make them out of the way. But at the same time, I don't have 40,000 journals that I'm stuck with that then I have to use, because you know me. Change my mind from one day to the next. I think what I'm also going to do with this one, let's pop that in there for now. I'm going to use this as one of those three-way pockets. That's about the right width. But this paper is very thin, so it's not going to take a lot of weight or bulk. So I'm thinking maybe I can refold this to put along the bottom to strengthen it. So the bottom of the pocket will be strong, but the fold up bit of the pocket will still be okay. I've got to refold it, but that's okay. It's not really going to show. Let's use the non-slip side. again, for strength, I'll probably just run a zigzag stitch around this. But for now, I think I'm just going to glue it. Long day, Jen. You're on a Halloween kick as well. Well, you know, it's March. My brain is logisticating. Yeah, I can't figure out backwards which side I might want to stick. I think it's this side, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. This is really only for strengthening anyway. It's not decoration. I was just thinking I could potentially use it as a pocket on one side and make use of it instead of having to add another pocket. But my brain can't work backwards and upside down. So let's just stick it. You can always add more glue later. And if you can't add glue, there's always washi tape, right? And I do have washi tape. Oh, I've not stuck that side now because I'm an idiot. Forgot to trim it off first. I really do need to trim off, get rid of all this paper debris off my mat. It keeps sticking to everything. There you go. That makes that a bit more stable now. What happened on this corner? Got a touch puckered up when I folded it up. There we go. This was the bit I was trying to figure out, you see, because if I stick that bit down, I could potentially use that as a pocket. But this one doesn't have a line on it, so it would be better going that way. Actually, that one would fit better because that one That one fits snug, and that would hold this down then. And this would fold over the top. It wouldn't quite fit, so I could put some lace trim or something, or even some coloured, bit of coloured card down the trim to reinforce that edge. And then you can use this as a pocket, you see, but this will be sewn down anyway. It makes that just a little bit more sturdy for putting stuff into it. I don't know, I might have to play with that a bit. I might decide to mat the whole thing. I might add a bit here as well. But that's going to go in there, and that could potentially have a little dimensional kitty cat on it. Wouldn't that be cute? These have got eyes, I swear. Look, it's got eyes and a nose. See? Little dimensional kitty cat. He's cute. And then he would tuck in somewhere, so we could even tuck him in there. This isn't dry yet. Yeah, way to go! Pull it all up. He could tuck in there because he would fit in there. I have to stick that back down again now because I pulled the corner up because it's not dry. It's been a long day, Jen. It really has. It's acetate. I think I need to use E6000 for the acetate. Although it sticks on my paper, I don't know. I've never had any trouble with it coming off before. Maybe I just didn't stick this down properly. Maybe it's a different kind of acetate. Does that make a difference? Mine's printable acetate, and I always stick it frosted side down. So maybe the frosted side has a bit more tooth to stay stuck. Ah. Sorry, I'm talking myself through. When I stick acetate down, my acetate is printable, so it's frosted on one side, and I always stick it shiny side up. So the frosted side is the printable side. So I'm wondering if that side accepts glue better than the shiny side, because I've never stuck it shiny side down, so I don't know. But this might need some E6000 on it because it's glossy. Because it's shiny on both sides. Either that or I just didn't leave it long enough and it needed more time to cure. I don't know. But anyway. So, that's what we've got for that one now. And we've got our cats there. And I will do something with him so that he folds out more easily. So I'll probably cut it off there and maybe put some trim on it or something. Makes it just a little bit more interesting. And then this is fine, and that adds a bit of colour. And then we've got the black and the cream and the big black cat in the middle. I love him, he's so cool. And then we've got the acetate cat, potentially with purple in the pocket. And we've got the black. And then we've got this cat, and you just see, oh, what's that? His little tail? Oh, look, it's a little kitty. Cardstock for the cover, yes. I don't know if I'm going to cover this one. I might not. I don't think I'll bother putting... There's the back of that kitty. And that's kind of looks like blood spatter. That's kind of cool, actually. Cat did some damage. Here, kitty, brought you a present. Oh yeah, I like that. That's cool. So it's not Halloween themed, but it is Halloween themed. You see what I mean? Yeah, this is cardstock. This is double-sided cardstock. This is the Graphic 45, which is quite chunky. This is because it's a traveller's notebook. I don't feel like I need to cover it with anything else. Same with the Calico Cat. I've done that one is just, she's going to be just like that. I don't want it glossy. I don't think glossy would fit with this one, Country Calico. But this one, because it's got crazy colours and stuff, and it's a bit bigger, and this paper isn't cardstock, it's glossy magazine style paper, I've covered that with bookbinding plastic just on the outside and trimmed it down just to give it a bit more durability, because this kind of book you might not always want to put it in a traveller's notebook, whereas these you'd usually have a cover. So this one just, you know, just an extra little bit of thing, so if you accidentally splashed some water on it or something, it wouldn't damage it or anything. So I've got quite a bit of stitching to do now, and some more gluing before next week when we start doing some pockets and adding some sewing bits and things. Make some decorative bits. That's what I'm itching to do, is all the decorative bits, because in my journal I don't really use the decorative bits as much, but I want to make them. But there's no point in making them because I won't use them, you know. Finish that while I remember. Yes, I just drank cold soup. But in my defence, it's tomato and basil. It's a cup of soup. It doesn't have any bits in it. And it's actually really nice iced in the summer. So the fact that it's cold, it's fresh, it's just cold. Yeah, I want to make some fabric collagey bits and tip-ins and things. Maybe a flap or a pocket or something. But I think I'll do those. Those will almost certainly be stitched in. But I might make a few little bits and pieces, like an altered paper clip and things like that. Because I've made those before. You've seen me make those before, so it'll be more the assemblage that you'll see, putting it all together. But yeah, so, of course you like the Halloween one, Rachel, because I just put purple paper in it. I just put shiny purple paper in it. Of course you like the Halloween one. Oh, and who was born at Halloween? Oh yes, that would be you, right. Okay. Oh, and who's a goth? Oh, that would be you, right. And who's cat mad? Yeah, that would be you. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to go and have my Friday night. You are a bit predictable when it comes to black cats and Halloween. But, you know, why do I have so much Halloween? Because, go and check my email. Okay, Mum. Lolly, you were quiet. Oh yes, the other thing I was going to tell you was, for those of you who are members of my site, that's the link there. It's a members only, but it's free membership. It's just for safety reasons, so we all know who everybody is, and you know, it's a little bit safer than just having an open site where anybody can drop by. For those who have requested it, I have reopened tarot readings, birth chart readings in astrology, and one-to-one 2-hour tutorials. I used to offer them on Patreon, but I can do them on Patreon, but it's difficult because I had people would book the place and then they wouldn't contact me. So I was forever trying to chase people up. So I think it's easier if I do it through my own site because I know who everybody is there. So if you're interested in that, pop along to the shop Sometime this weekend they will be going live. I can't remember when I set them. Sunday afternoon, I think, but I don't remember. You know me. I forget this stuff so fast. Alrighty. Have a good weekend. For those of you who are in class, or on Patreon, I will see you tomorrow to put our finishing touches to our steampunk vintage journals. And everybody else, I will see you again next Wednesday. Bye-bye.